I could say it until I'm blue in the face. People are important in your pursuit of purpose. This is what we've been discussing in this series. We've looked at different types of people that will come into your life. Maybe some of them you will invite them. Maybe some of them life will just happen to you. You know, they say that life is what happens to you when you're busy making other plans. And it's true sometimes, because life is not a linear straight line. So you find some guys in your life and you find some guys you've invited into your life and so on. But at the end of the day, whatever you do with your life, if you're to pursue your purpose, you cannot do it alone. You cannot do this thing as an individual and you say that I don't need people. You do need people at all times in your life. Let us continue discussing this and see what kind of guys do you need in your life at this point in time. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Life Signatures podcast with Lawrence Namale. Lawrence is a life coach, author, and keynote speaker who loves to tackle different topics on purpose, productivity, and resilience. His mission in life is to awaken all your boundless possibilities available in you. Life Signatures podcast is dedicated to bring to reality every single person who knows that deep down in their gut, there's got to be more to life than this. And now, here is your host, Lawrence Namale.
Came across a very beautiful write-up on social media that I want to share with you here, and it just cements the fact that I have been speaking here on these episodes that you do need people. You and I do need people in our pursuits of life. In whatever case, we cannot stay alone. And this write-up was a bit surreal. Here it goes. It says, "This hits hard, and it is something I'm still working on. The inability to receive support from others is a trauma response. Your I don't need anyone, I'll just do it by myself conditioning is a survival tactic. And you need it to shield your heart from abuse, neglect, betrayal, and disappointment from those who could not or will not be there for you. From the parent who was absent and abandoned you by choice, or the parent who was never home for working 3 jobs to feed and to house you. From the lovers who offered sexual intimacy but never offered a safe haven for that heart of yours that you honor. From the friendships and family who always took more than they ever gave. From all the situations when someone told you, we're in this together and I got you, then abandoned you, leaving you to pick up the pieces when stuff got real, leaving you to handle your part and their part also. From all the lies and all the betrayals, you learn along the way that you just couldn't really trust people. Or that you could trust people but only up to a certain point. Extreme independence is a trust issue. You learned, if you don't put yourself in a situation where I rely on someone, I won't have to be disappointed when they don't show up for me or when they drop the ball, because they will always drop the ball eventually, right? You may even have been intentionally taught this protection strategy by generations of heart ancestors who came before you. Extreme independence is a preemptive strike against heartbreak. So, you don't trust anyone, and you don't trust yourself either to choose people. To trust is to hope. To trust is to be vulnerable. Never again, you vow. But no matter how you dress it up and display it proudly, it makes it seem like this level of independence is what you always wanted to be. In truth, it's your wounded, scared, broken heart behind a protective brick wall. Impenetrable. Nothing gets in, no heart gets in, but no love gets in either. Fortresses and armor are safe for those in battle or who believe the battle is coming. It is a trauma response. The good news is trauma that is acknowledged is trauma that will be healed. You are worthy of having support. You are worthy of having true partnership. You're worthy of love. You're worthy of having your heart held. You're worthy to be adored. You're worthy to be cherished. You're worthy to have someone say, "You rest, I got this," and actually deliver that promise. You're worthy to receive. You're worthy to receive. You are worthy. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to prove it. You don't have to bargain for it. You don't have to beg for it. You're worthy. Worthy. Simply because you exist. I think this was shared on social media by the handle @InspiredJamila. @InspiredJamila. You can check it out. Very interesting stuff right there. I cannot even add. What I'm saying is that we do need people, and like I've also said in these episodes, not all the good people are going to come into our lives. In fact, let me just give you a recap of what we've been discussing in these episodes, that you do need people in your pursuit of purpose, and the kinds of people that are going to come into your life, for example, will include, number one, haters. You know what they are? The guys who do not want you to succeed. And then we talked about those guys in some previous episodes. And then the second kind of people that are going to come into your life are hypocrites. And Jamila, Inspired Jamila, has just been telling us about those guys. You want to trust them, you trust them, but you find that they are not going to deliver on the promise. You have to do your part and their part also. They are hypocrites. And then we talked about a very good bunch of guys who are comrades, guys that you are locking arms together with, and so on. And you can review the other episodes. Then there are guys who are helpers. We've camped here on helpers for quite a bit because there are different types of helpers, and we saw that there are those ones who will inspire you. And then yesterday we saw that those ones who will burst doors open for you. We call them blockbusters. But then I want to talk about another bunch today who are helpers, but these ones are what I call the lifters. They will lift you up. There is nothing as beautiful as another human being coming through for you, not because you're going to pay them back, not because they are looking to, get something out of it, but they're just coming through for you to lift you up. And let me tell you, when you're pursuing your vision, when you're pursuing your purpose, when you're pursuing your ideas, you will need somebody to lift you up at some point in time. You cannot do it alone. You know why? Because it needs emotion, it needs physical strength, it needs mental strength, it needs resources. And in these four formats, in these four resources, sometimes you fall short. Sometimes you fall short emotionally. Sometimes you fall short spiritually. Sometimes you fall short physically. Sometimes you fall short economically. And even sometimes you fall short socially. And these lifters come alongside at the moment that you have fallen short and you needed someone to lift you up. And they lift you up from that particular quagmire, and you find yourself that you're now smack in the middle of your purpose deployment yet again because someone else lifted you up. These are the ones that kindle your vision to fruition by providing the necessary financial help, the necessary emotional help, the necessary spiritual help, the necessary physical help. There are people who are loaded with resources, those kinds of resources, either economical resources, emotional resources, spiritual resources, physical resources. They are loaded with these resources and they are not struggling. They're not struggling with these resources in any way. And they are lighters to you, because they lift you up. They see the end product of your vision, and they're able to come alongside and fund that product, that vision. Their interest is the impact that your vision or your purpose has on the face of the earth. They are not doing it for you alone. Some of them are doing it for you. Some of them are doing it for the vision, for the purpose. They see the potential that that vision and that purpose has, and they want, by whole crook, whatever, they want it to be done by hook or crook. They might not have time to have their hands dirty with the vision in terms of the organizing, the logistics and all. However, they have the necessary resources to fund it. They won't involve themselves in the daily running of the project, the daily running of your vision, but they will provide the lifting up that you need at the moment that you needed it, because they see the promise that you have and the promise that the vision have. And we're told sometimes that they are these lifters. They will buy into you more than they will buy into the vision. And then there are others who will buy into the vision because they see the viability of it. They have the experience to notice what purpose is it that is going to scale. If you are to attract the attention of a lighter or a lifter, it follows that your vision must be white hot with clarity. It's not something that you're trying to figure out. It's something that is, you're stuck because it's clear already and you're moving on, but you're lacking in something. Lifters don't come into your life, these lighters, they don't come into your life to unburden the issue of clarity. They come to unburden the issue of resource, the issue of momentum. You're already in motion, you're already moving, but you're stuck somewhere. So the lighter comes up. They are not interested. So if you wanted to attract these guys, you must be in motion, you must be moving, you must be deploying your purpose. You must be doing something towards it. There's got to be some proof of concept. That's the thing that they normally look for. There's got to be some proof of concept that this thing works. I mean, you have some things that you've already done and people have loved what you're doing. It's just that you don't have enough resources to pull it off. So the lighters, the lifters, they come alongside and they lift you up and they provide the necessary resources that you needed in the nick of time. So if you're to attract these guys, to get their attention, it follows that your vision, your clarity must be on point. I'm told there are people with billions of dollars idling in their accounts just waiting for someone like you who has momentum, who has a proof of concept. But these guys, they are looking around and they can't find such like people. Because people are looking for people to fund them, and yet they do not have a proof of concept. So what I'm asking you to do is that whatever it is that is your purpose, don't dump the purpose because you don't have resources, but have a clear vision of what that purpose is, that vision is, and start implementing it. As you implement, look out for these lifters, these lighters, these guys who are going to lighten your burden, and show them the proof of concept, and show them that this is what you're passionate about, this is how it's working, this is how it's pan out, this is how it's supposed to go at the end of the day. And chances are that if this thing is clear, it has good momentum, it has good promise, it has good potential, chances are that your vision, your purpose will be funded by these lighters, these lifters in your vision pursuit. And you're going to notice that at the end of the day, coming to fruition of a vision is not just up to me. In fact, it was never meant to be up to you only. It needs people. And some of these people will fund it. Maybe some of them are not even in your circles. Sometimes life connects us at the level of vision, not at the level of relationships, at the level of family relationships, at the level of love relationships. Life connects us at the level of vision with even people you never knew existed. So if you have the purpose, if you have the vision clarified, you are set up to be connected, especially if you needed this kind of connection. Well, tomorrow we're going to continue talking about this, even as we're starting to wind down. Until then,
Thank you for listening to Life Signatures Radio. If you enjoyed today's show, subscribe to Life Signatures Radio on iTunes, Stitcher, or visit our website at lifesignatures.libsyn.com. Life Signatures Radio, fresh, clean, and inspiring.